When it comes to college football, it can happen in an instant. Or in the case of Faulkner University, amazing can take a much longer route. Try 40 years.
Alan Moore, a place kicker for the Faulkner University Eagles, is like any other junior on the team. He loves his school and his teammates and wants to help them win in any way he can. The only difference between number 26 and the other 130 members of his team is that he's old enough to be their grandfather.
I'm Alan Moore. I'm 61 years old. I'm a kicker for Faulkner University.
In 1967, Alan Moore was a star kicker at Taylorsville High School in Mississippi. Moore was so good, in fact, he was recruited and eventually enrolled at Jones Community College. But with the Vietnam War raging, Alan enlisted in the Army, walking away from the game he loved in the midst of his prime.
It's nothing that I look back on and I regret any part of it. I mean, it's just a decision I made, and I had to live with that decision. I came back from Vietnam and got married, and she was pregnant with our first daughter, and I didn't think about going back to school. It was like, got a job, and, life just spins so fast at that time.
For the next 37 years, Alan worked in construction throughout the South, but the slowing economy cost Alan his job.
Yeah, when the housing market went down, everything shut down, so we got laid off, and there wasn't anything for me to do.
Fearing the future, Alan remembered his first love and decided to go back to college, finish his degree, and kick.
It just got to the point to where I knew that I was going to play somewhere.
One of your recruiters comes in and says, "Coach, I got a 60-something-year-old guy that wants to come and kick for us." I just laughed. Just like everybody else, I was skeptical. I finally asked him, I said, "Alan, I just want you to tell me why you're doing this. I just want to know why." So he said, "Well, Coach, I started something in 1968 that I didn't finish, and I want to finish this." He says, I want to come back and get my degree, and I want to show these young men that they should never give up on anything they start. I want them to see it through, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see this through." Of course, when he told me that, I was sold.
Alan's determination in pursuing his degree in liberal arts is only equaled by his desire to be a role model for his young teammates.
He wants these kids to graduate, get that diploma, and be productive members of society. That's what he wants.
My dad's a Vietnam vet, so I cherish every moment with him. He's a good dude, though, just trying to win some games around here, that's it.
I was very adamant about them not calling me Mr. Moore.
Well, I think it's difficult because I think most people in the South are raised to say yes, sir, no, sir, and yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am. He just basically wanted all the guys to know, hey, call me Alan, I'm not Mr. Moore. And eventually, that's what we did.
The most important thing that I had to do was to earn the respect of those other teammates.
For kickers, respect is earned each time they split the uprights. And although Alan's head and heart are in the right place, his leg isn't as potent as it once was.
I kick football. I can't kick it as far, but I kick it.
With a range not equal to that of his teammates, Alan has accepted his role as a backup.
I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for the kids. It's always been about the team. It's not been about me. It's always been a we thing.
But sometimes even backups get their shot. And in week one, as Faulkner led Ave Maria in the second quarter, Coach Baker gave Alan his.
I called his name, and when I did, he didn't hesitate. He ran out there on the field. He tied that shoe up. I think every kid on the sideline knew what was fixing to happen.
Alan Moore to try to score a point. The snap is good. The kick is down. The kick is in the air. And it's good. He made it. Alan Moore. How about that?
It was really an amazing feeling to see him connect with that ball and dead center perfect. You couldn't ask for a better kick. You would have thought you were listening to the bottom of the ninth in the World Series or something. It was really cool.
And that first extra point that we kicked at Ave Maria, we kicked that extra point. I couldn't have done it without them. They couldn't have done it without me.
Alan has a life of experience. He's had 61 years of this, so there's probably a lot of things we all could learn from Alan.
It means a lot to me. It means a lot to all our teammates. I have somebody who's 61 years old to come back and live the dream that he wanted to have.
This is the ball that Alan Moore kicked on September 10th against Ave Maria, the oldest player to ever score a point in a college football game. schools our size, we've only been playing football 5 years, to be historically mentioned and displayed at the College Football Hall of Fame is quite something, I think.
Personally, I'm proud of her getting out there and playing football.
I will try to grow up. You know, everybody asks me when I grow up, quit doing all this, but when I grow up, that's what I want to be as a granddad. So I think I want to watch my grandkids play next year. So we'll see. We'll see how it all works out.